see the black rather.
We can still see the pink. Yeah, we can see the pink on your
Those
lips.
who are listening can't.
We can see the pink on your lips.
Yeah.
Is it pink or purple? Pinkish, purplish.
It's pink with a black liner.
With a black liner. Hey, like with a pink shirt and the black jacket.
Yeah,
hey.
It's cold. So, good morning to you, and good morning to our listeners as well.
What is trending?
The running mate for Baumia, the new Patriotic Party, NAPO, is trending.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why is NAPO trending?
Because but Lantam, you've not seen it.
Why? No, you are the one who is bringing the trend. Why
are you pretending that you've not seen that? NAPO went to
Please,
say.
Why is NAPO trending?
In his address, he said he was talking about the late President Professor Evans Atamils, and then referred to him as Bakona Wewono.
Oh, Charlie.
Now, people have really come for him on social media.
Charlie.
NAPO already has a reputation of being arrogant, disrespectful. And I remember
it's a perception. It's a perception.
That, when initially...
It doesn't
when
necessarily
people were
mean he's like
saying
that, but it's a perception.
That's why I said that he's perceived as someone who is arrogant and disrespectful. But there was a time when some members of the New Patriotic Party said, well, we are mistaking his confidence
for arrogance.
Do you think he is a confident person who is just being misjudged or misperceived as arrogant and disrespectful?
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking you.
You want me to answer the question?
Yeah, I want you to answer the question. What do you think? Based on certain comments that he has made. And
I don't think certain comments he has made, find favor in the eyes of Ghanaians. And so it makes him come across like people are describing him, as arrogant and sometimes not too in touch with the reality of what Ghanaians are facing. He may because I know people who are close to him who say, oh, NAPO is a very nice man. NAPO is someone who has helped me. NAPO is somebody who is interested in people's well-being and all of that. So people who are close to him, have a certain view of him, which is positive. But people who look at him from afar, because of his utterances, will see that element of arrogance in him, and that is why even when he was being unveiled, Otunfo had to say certain words to him, to say that I don't know you to be arrogant, but this is what people are saying, and so as you are going, make sure that you prove them wrong. And then he goes on to a political platform and goes to say Mokwame Nkrumah no, and that Mofa Mokwame Nkrumah no, and that reinforces that I don't know whether to call it a stereotype, but that perception of arrogance, on him. Even previously, you remember during the Dumso era, when Ghanaians were clamoring for a timetable, a journalist interviewed him and asked him, are you going to get a timetable? He said, you people, if you want a timetable, go and do your own timetable. And why do you wish evil for this country? Just because people are... So when you say things like that, definitely people who are looking at you from afar will say, no, this man is arrogant. But that may not necessarily be the case, because there are people who are close to him who are also saying that, he's a nice guy.
So should you
he's a nice
fault his, in quotes, handlers for not knowing how to properly portray him in the public space? Because I'm sure he has people around who handle him. He has PR, he has all of that. So would you say that because you can't be a good person.
You can be a good person.
You can't be all of that, but you don't know how to properly project yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that for someone who is aspiring to be vice president of the country, he should have people sort of around him. So don't you think that maybe it could be that he's arrogant and he's not taking the advice?
Because there are many political analysts who have said that the handlers of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh should script him. They shouldn't let him go off script, because when he goes off script, he has the tendency to say something which is going to annoy people, right? And some of these things were said even before he was chosen as running mate. That he may stand on a political platform and say something which is going to annoy a lot of people. And on the day that you are adored, you are talking about Kwame Nkrumah, you go and say Kwame Nkrumah no, and there is backlash, and now you have to apologize. You issue an apology, and then you go to Nzima and go and apologize to the chiefs there as well. And then now you go and then you go and say Bakuna. Who doesn't remember John Evans Atamils of blessed memory? Who doesn't remember, Atamils?
And that's why I'm saying that. So don't you think that his handlers have probably made an effort to do that, and he might have refused again because he's arrogant?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not in the inner circles of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh,
well,
so
yes,
I'll
I
not be able to tell. But I think his handlers and the MPP and even the Flagbearer of the MPP should watch it. I think the Otumfo advised him, and in the aftermath of that Kwame Nkrumah statement, I'm pretty sure a lot has been probably said to him behind closed doors, and so he'll be measured in doing some of these things. But I don't know. I was about to,
to make certain comments,
to put out a proverb. But that proverb, I'll save it for later.
You save it for later.
Okay. Yeah. So there are those who may think, like I've said, he's a fine gentleman. He's good. He's helped people. There are those who love him. I mean, his constituents have voted for him for how many terms, right? And they love him and all of that. But some of his public utterances are not good. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. They are not good. And they are not something that someone who wants to be vice president should be saying, right? And if Ghanaians perceive him to be arrogant, rightly so, because of his demeanor and some of his utterances, rightly so. It may not be the truth, but it's the perception, and rightly so, based on your own actions. So
okay.
Yeah.
So is that, and then let me quickly also talk about the fact that a girl was trending from UPSC. Actually, that's why UPSC was trending, because she made comments about how she cannot be with someone who doesn't drive, because even for her, she drives a Bentley. Now, some people Bentley.
Hey.
Some people went to do research, and then they found out that she's in a room in a hostel at UPSC, and then
maybe it was just social media fun.
But it generated a lot lot of conversation, with the whole if you
I don't think she was serious when she was saying.
But if you watch it, she was actually really.
Was she serious? I'm sure she was just playing. If I come and sit here and say, me, I drive a G-Wagon. G-Wagon is my dream car.
Well,
so I'm manifesting it by
the
proclaiming
people who
it.
come after her will come. Those who also say that is her having standards and whatnot are also there. So anyway, nice. And then for our food
would you date someone who doesn't drive?
Lantam, don't. Yeah, on air. I'll tell you when we finish.
No, tell me now.
I'll tell you when we finish.
I mean, I don't have a problem dating somebody who doesn't drive. I don't have a problem. Oh, no.
But why would you have a problem?
I don't have a problem.
I have a very funny mindset when it comes to stuff like this. Maybe another time they will go more into detail.
But we want to know whether or not you date somebody who doesn't drive.
I said we'll talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. So
okay.
Don't worry.
Says,
edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It's your masterpiece after all. Edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It's your masterpiece.
That's
after
right.
all.
It's your masterpiece after all. So edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. Etornam Kumashie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lantam.
It's always been great having you. And on that note, we're wrapping up the Morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM. Up next is The Zone. On behalf of the entire team, we're grateful to you for tuning in to Star.